Earlier prepared for you. Ever heard of the man-eating lions of the Tsavo? Well, in 1898, during the construction of the Kenya-Uganda railway line, more than 135 were mauled to death. Reasons of why lions would choose human as their first prey still raises eyebrows. Our reporter Andrew Kilemu toured the Tsavo East National Park, where the man-eating lived, and has filed the following report.
In 1898, there lived two lions that hunted and killed human beings. The famous maneless lions of Tsavo would sneak into people's territory, and the silent nights would often be punctuated with screams. These were the man-eating lions. The story of the Tsavo man-eating lions dates back to March 1898, when a team of Indian workers led by a British Lieutenant John Henry Patterson arrived in the country to construct a bridge over the Tsavo River as part of the Kenya-Uganda railway project. It is then that some of the construction workers started to disappear.
During the construction of the railway line, the old railway line, for now we have the new SGR, so the old one, the constructors, they were building the Tsavo bridge. During that time, the lions would hunt the people down.
For most lions, humans are typically far from their first choice of prey. The big cats usually feed on large herbivores such as zebras. For the duo lions, however, man was their preferred prey. 123 years later, questions of why the lions developed a taste for human flesh continues to puzzle even researchers.
Because I believe they were old, so they couldn't hunt by themselves.
We headed out on a tour van along the narrow, dusty trail through the shrub to the man-eating ruins. Along the way, different species of antelopes with curved horns skittered away. A herd of elephants passed as zebras grazed on the little available grass in the savannah. During the construction of the railway bridge over the Tsavo River, close to 140 people were killed by man-eating lions over a period of 3 months.
So this is the railway line. It was mainly for transporting people and also the cargo from Kenya to Uganda. And after construction, or during the construction, that's when the man-eaters were attacking these people.
And when the attacks and killings became too much, the construction of the Kenya-Uganda railway under the hot African sun was halted. The disappearances of the workers paralyzed all work.
In March to December, that's when there were a lot of killings. But in December, Lieutenant John Henry Patterson, he was assigned the duty to track down the lions, to hunt them down because they were killing a lot of people and the construction had stopped. So he hunted them down. The first lion was killed in December 9th in 1898. Yes. And then the second one was killed around 28th December 1898.
So how can we be sure that venye tumeketi hivi saa hii there are no lions around? Are we safe?
We cannot be so sure because, you know, lions like to camouflage. It's a 50-50 chance.
Let's get moving. The railway line, whose construction had come to a halt for close to 6 months following several attacks and killings by the man-eating lions, was later completed and is currently used to transport cargo.
Ukiona tu huwa inabeba mizigo. Unlike the SGR, zamani ilikuwa inabeba watu. Yeah. But for now, ni hiyo ya mizigo pekee.
After the happenings of the 1898 Lions attack, a man-eaters camp came into existence. A tented camp laying on the banks of Tsavo River, 1 kilometer off the main Nairobi-Mombasa highway. Within the camp, A museum-like structure is set up whereby history of the man-eating lions is packed.
According to the history of the lions, they say they were males but without the males.
Okay.
So, and they were huge in size, more than the current lions that we have today. So these are the lions, they are caged for historic purposes.
A theory by researchers in the 1900s indicate that the lions of Tsavo region did not have manes because of the hot temperatures. An interesting variation, as elsewhere, manes are believed to help lions survive territorial disputes. Samples of the two man-eating lions are said to have been taken to Chicago for chemical analysis.
You see what they did? They wanted to do some research whether they were only two or they had some other family and the sisters or siblings around.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did they find out?
They realized that they had none.
Nearly 123 years after the man-eaters' lives ended, fascination with their gruesome habits persists. It is during the construction of this railway line in the year 1898 that more than 135 people were killed by man-eating lions. The memory is still fresh with tales of wildlife-human attacks as heard by locals and workers within the park. Andrina Kilemi, TV 47, Tsavo East National Park, Taita Taveta County.